with just vertical asymptotes we're looking for, we have step 0 will require 2 steps to factor this. I'll have a GCF of 2. So I factor out a 2, and I get x squared minus 8x minus 20. And then I'm going to use the magic x to factor my trinomial where I have a negative 20 on top and a negative 8 on the bottom. And then you decipher your magic numbers, see what multiplies to be negative 20, it adds to be negative 8. You should get a 10 and 2, which have a difference of 8. Make the 10 negative to get that negative 20 and the negative 8. Now, because we are fortunate to have the a value be 1, we can go ahead and factor this using my magic numbers without the grouping technique. So x minus 10 times x plus 2. Bring this 2 down, and now I can have my factored form. I'm going to rewrite my factored form for the whole thing. Notice the step 2, I don't want to skip it. Factor the numerator is already done. Check that off because x minus 7 is factored. There is nothing to factor out of it. So 2 times x minus 10 times x plus 2 on the denominator is my fully factored form. Now, to bring it back and actually finish step 1 here, the points of discontinuity, this x minus 10 produces an x equals 10. That would be a problem. So I say it can't be 10. That's a point of discontinuity. And the same thing here, this x plus 2, if I set that equal to 0 to solve, I would get x equals negative 2 as a problem. Those are my 2 points of discontinuity. So my domain, if I was to have written it, would be all real numbers, comma, x can't be 2 things, 10 and negative 2. The problem just wants to know, what are the vertical asymptotes? Well, since nothing can reduce out, because x minus 7 is not on the bottom to vertically reduce, these are both vertical asymptotes. So 2 vertical asymptotes, one at x equals 10, and one at x equals negative 2. So when we get into graphing, what we're going to see is that over here at negative 2, we put a vertical dashed line, and over here at 10, we would put a vertical dashed line to represent the fact that the graph will end up, when we plot, either heading up to a positive infinity or negative infinity from the left and from the right of each of these x values.